Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We're looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame, but right before we do all of the usual rigmarole, let's start this one with a weekly time frame. Here is Bitcoin on a weekly time frame. There is your $19,000 level that we were looking at for a while. Finally, we got above that, and we are now going above our 20,000 was the next target, and 21 was the next. And obviously, those were like $1,000 levels, and ETH is going like $100 level. And that's what I was trying to get at is once we stop doing this consolidation flag down to the lows, when we break out, it will be very, very quick, very fast. A lot of people are going to be caught off guard. The numbers are going to go real quick, and they're going to be like, what's going on? You know, I joke around about a $10,000 green candle in a day, and now people are like, maybe it's coming. Well, this is why I was saying have a plan, be ready, don't be a deer with the headlights. Okay. Uh, Things will be moving fast now. Now we are out of our range trading, and now we're going to start basically going back to the trend, right? So when we were going in trend trading, what were we doing this whole time here? We were all short, 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 short. Then we went into a range where we're like, oh, we'll go high leverage in this range, straddle, etc., etc., etc. Now what's going on is we are starting to start one of these trends again, right? This time it's going to the upside. Well, this is why in bull runs, the retail gets rich, but they give it all back when actually it comes time to trade again. But any idiot can long, right? Any idiot can buy the dip. Any idiot can say, "Oh, bro, it's just a bullish retracement." So that's the mentality that's about to start coming. It's gonna be a uh, FOMO-driven rallies, and then nasty retracements to support to wash out those over leveraged traders. You know, that's basically it. So this weekly, we are pretty much looking like we're going to close above the 21. That's excellent. The next week will open. As we open the next week, we'll probably be looking for the next level of resistance over here at like 22.8, and then we will probably go right to that EMA again at around 25,200, 300, whatever it is. With the fibs also cooperating. Okay, we are already looking for this breakout. The breakout is happening. We are finding that support on top of this expanding wedge. Once we find that support above there, we can maybe consolidate a little bit, come to support around 19.5-ish, 19.6. But then after that, we should be continuing back to the upside until we find our resistance. So that's basically all I wanted to say on that. Hopefully I remember to say all that for ETH, but let's go to the daily real quick so I can start giving you guys some more immediate stuff. Here, before we even go to the daily, CME Bitcoin. CME Bitcoin, I don't know, but ETH closed at 1430. And Bitcoin here, Bitcoin closed at 19,950. Okay. So obviously we can, and I said 19.5 as support. So yeah, we can look for 19.5 as support, and then whatever that 1430 for E, the 1430. Well, whatever it was, we're just gonna leave it like that for now. So we should be looking for those levels to act as support, and probably are gonna get tested before continuation after the Sunday open on CME and the weekly candle opening. Um, That's what I was saying. Today's day, when we close, I do look for us to continue up. Even if we pull back a little bit, that shouldn't be an issue. I think continuation will come up until tomorrow due to the fact that we are still closing in the bullish control zone. Yeah, you can get a pullback, right? But the pullback is going to be like, yo, it's just a pullback, bro. All the people who missed this rally are looking to get back in. They're going to be looking for that pullback to DCA into a long. And that's probably how you're going to probably have a higher low than this level here to make the head and shoulder to break out. Okay, so just keep that all in mind. I'm looking for a daily close above this 21,000. We have a fib over here at 21.6, 21.7. If we can close above 21.6, 21.7 on the daily close, that would be giving us a possible potential green light for continuation into the $26,000 area. Yes, you guys should be looking for at least 22.8 to give you some resistance, and then you can go look at basically 25 to 25,100 around there. If we lose to the downside because of the 200 EMA giving us a resistance, because we have not touched this in a very, 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 very long time, and it loves to be the Behringer of bad news, especially since we're in oversold conditions. I would be looking for this to give us resistance and pull back probably to around 19,500 to 19,300. And then if you're closing a daily candle under 19.3, then we can be like, hey, this could be a local high. What you would look for is a daily close under 18,100. And that will kind of confirm that this whole thing was a short squeeze liquidity grab fake out. And then all these lines will be trapped, and we will flush all the liquidity to the downside, including the lows. Now, what I will say is it's very peculiar that the markets pumped as hard as they did after all the YouTubers and everyone were in and, promoting. We did this right after so much FUD news came out, and then the minute the markets closed, this started pumping. And we closed into the daily with basically being dildo. So all the shorts, everyone who is stacking in this area right here, weren't wrong to short here. The issue was that the pump was exactly what I said. It was going to be quick and fast, right to the next level of resistance, and that's literally what happened. However, you had your trade here at 18K, right? 18-ish. You weren't gonna be able to survive this level if you were on high leverage. And that's another thing I was telling you guys last few days. I was like, if we're breaking the trading style of range trading and we're gonna go to trend, you gotta cut your leverage in half or more, because you're gonna, the way that the asset is moving is it's moving about $1,000 per move on Bitcoin, and it's moving about $100 a move on ETH. Your 10x leverage is already at risk. So you have to be even under 10x if you're trying to, get this stuff proper. If you're high leverage, you're scalping, and then if that's scalping, then you better make sure you respect these EMAs. The levels I'm giving you, the fibs and EMAs, is basically all you really need to know how to trade properly. That's basically all I have for Bitcoin on the daily time frame. We can look at immediate 4 hour. A lot of you guys are like, where can we expect the retrace to? Where can we expect the retrace to? Well, I don't think we're gonna go too much lower than 20. That's the first level of support. And then you got 19.3. These are both areas of probable long scalps. Okay. The worst uh, uh, area for us to go to, and is probably the best reward for long, is 18.7. But closing 4 hour candles under 19.3 is already a really, really big risk that anything to this low can come back to the median and dead cat bounce down to the week, because we need to test this before tomorrow. And if we don't test this today before tomorrow, then this is a possibility of freaking nasty, quick wick down and back up kind of situation, like how we get on CPI prints or like Fed news with those dark mall situations. It's just because this weekly close is so important that if people want to get shaken out, like if whoever entity is doing whatever, uh, people can flush all over leverage people out to the bottom and then basically ride this level back up. Um, but for this kind of markup to happen, everyone who got long didn't sell, they held, and everyone who shorted they didn't stop themselves out, they got liquidated, and that's why all this volume came in as we were getting higher and higher. as well as everyone sitting on the sidelines FOMOing, you know, because there are some people watching it into the daily close before they went to their weekend partying. So that's what that was. Um, those are the levels for Bitcoin. Now let's go do exactly what we did for Bitcoin on ETH, and I will let you guys enjoy your weekend and take a random ETH chart of mine. Is here. You guys don't need all that. So ETH, we are starting to get out of the bearish control zone. If we can close a 4-hour open and close above 1570, uh, let's just say like 1580, we will be looking for that next extension to come really quickly around 1785. Let's just say 1800. Okay. No, let's say 1785 because this will trickle down a little bit. So 1785 to excuse me, to around 1850. So this little range over here. The issue, what I see here is, as we're coming into this, all the EMAs are in the bearish. Here's your death cross. Until we start closing candles above here and start moving these EMAs up, we're just gonna do, and I hate to tell you guys this, what we did on Bitcoin with this consolidation on the lows, like just forever. That's what we're gonna probably do on a weekly. Consolidate in this big range from 2000 whatever all the way to around like 1500 until we build up enough muster to break out. ETH just started going above the 0.50, so these levels is gonna probably give you a pushback on the first touch, but more than likely we're going there next week. We'll look for that. Here's the daily. As you can see, if we close above 1500 today, you should be looking for 1600 and more. 1600 already got tapped, but you should be looking for around 1680. And then honestly, I mean, what's $15 between friends? Between 1700 to 1800 will probably be the next resistance, and uh, I'm looking for it to continue up because we were in the bullish control zone on the daily as well. So once we close above here, I would look for the next candle to poke up, and then you can look for any resistance. But you have to make a new high, and you should give it at least an hour before you start doing crazy stuff because it takes time for the markets to start. You know, the data comes to the bots, then the bots react. That's why you get fast moves like that. So uh, that was the resistance of the top side was around like 1800. After that 1800 is claimed with a 4-hour open and close, you know you just look at what I'm trying to get at. When you're expanding, you have this little resistance, then you have this little resistance over here. After that, you're gonna go to your next level of resistance all the way over here at 2000. Then you're gonna go to your next level of resistance all the way over here, okay, at 2200. Do you see how the EMAs correspond with the confluence of the levels? If I turn on all this, can't even, yeah, well, you can see the fibs. So you have some confluence at this fib and then a little bit above it, which these levels that I'm giving you here are very probable. Very probable that those levels are coming. That's not fake TA. That's some important stuff. You already came into this level over here and you tapped it. If you want to double check this stuff, what is hard to? So after this resistance, where we're seeing like right here, okay, this little consolidation between these two, you can even remove this guy. This is not. That's follow the larger dude. Our next level of resistance should be coming around here, like 1745, 18. So just be ready for this next level to come as soon as we poke out of this resistance at 1560, 1580, 1590, whatever, because looking left, that was the POC. See, that's why this gave it a little bit of resistance here. It broke down. Now we're going to give it a little bit more resistance. If we break down again, you know, look at the reaction that it's been giving since this level. So, and then this is where we were trying to short anyway. We had this level over here marked 1513 for I don't even know how long. So yeah, we got a little bit of an overshoot because that was because of a weekend low volume scenario. There was no one there to defend. You know, if there it was a normal market, I'm sure there would have been more people trying to short it and aim it a little bit. So That's that. Let me go to a 4 hour. If we start losing 14 80 1460 on a 4 hour open close, you should be looking for support at around 1430ish, and that's where I would expect a retrace to come to as well. After 1430, any 4 hour open closes underneath it, I would be a little bit more cautious for a deeper dive into like 1360, 1350ish. And then ideally we don't want to lose 1250. Losing 1250 on a 4 hour open and close is just like, why did you mark us up this much to bring us right back down to where we were consolidating? That will be a mean move, because a move like this on a weekend is always prime for a retrace, because this is some stuff. All on bear divs too locally. So a little bit of a retrace just to cool off oscillators, but on those higher time frames, you have those targets up. So looking at these lower time frames is very, very deadly when the trend is in motion. It's okay when you're in a sideways range looking at those kind of oscillators, but when the trend is in motion, you were almost getting to overbought with this peak here from this low. Look, this is the low to this peak here. The amplitude you can see, like there's real volume and money being spent here. That's just whatever, whoever, however they're doing it. If it's someone who's spending their own money doing this, they're literally buying all their money over here at 1360, causing the next candle to go up like this. Then they're adding it at 1420. Like, what's this guy's average going to be? That's going to be the funny thing. Like, who is accumulating right now is what you guys should ask yourself. And when the news comes, you guys can, not be surprised. But uh, the ETH upgrade is around the corner. These guys are supposed to, they entered at like 2300 ish. So for us to come back to their entry before they can actually sell, I would be like, every gift is being given to them that they can possibly ask for. But yeah, price wise, you guys can see, I wouldn't even say that this is a bear div yet from here to here, okay? Because this is a high and this is a higher high, and you are way higher on RSI than here. So this can be a potential divergence building in about 11 hours and 50 minutes. I don't think today's the day that you're going to get the nasty pullback, but I do think tomorrow, Sunday, will be the day that you can see some stuff. And if we close the day like this today, I look for the next day to open, give you a new high. But I do think if it comes back down to retrace, you will have probably decent support around 1500. And even when it comes from oversold and it comes down, tomorrow if we close and we don't close under this bullish control zone on the RSI, then Sunday CME can open and we can be still controlled in this area and then float on up quickly. More and more FOMO is building, guys. That's the point I'm trying to make. You are not supposed to be caught up with the FOMO. You have to be like, all right, we will wait for it here and then act. We will wait for it here and act. If it gets over here, now that things are moving so fast, I'll use lower leverage to be ready to go to here. Not 100x entry with all my money here. You can do 100x with $100 cross leverage and then have $900 sitting, so you have room for this kind of thing. But even if you did 5, 10x, you can fight the battle a little longer, because you don't, whatever you're doing today, it's a weekend. Why are you expecting ranges to break on a weekend, but when Monday, when you come back, this closed at 1430? So you have $100 gap to the downside on CME, on ETH, on Bitcoin. You have like a $1,000 gap on Bitcoin from CME. And what did I tell you? These things are going to move $100 and $1,000 from those levels of supports to the next level of resistance. And more than likely, that gap is going to eventually get filled. So just be warned. That's basically all I want to say for Bitcoin and ETH. I hope you guys stay safe. The weekend, I gave you the ranges level by level, guys. Let me just quick look at Dixie. The Dixie is doing the 102 to 101 level. That was the last art we were waiting for. Looks like we're gonna get to the 101. When Dixie opens, let's see, is 102 gonna just get flushed to the 101 or not? If so, you'll see one more pop up. I'm gonna leave an alert right here. So that's it. So yeah, guys, be safe. Some people got hurt yesterday on short. You were the smart shorts. Just, the move was that high. We were expecting it to come. It came. How did you use those levels? Some people actually entered right at the levels I gave, so they're not complaining. It's the people who entered early before the daily close that got trapped. So the people who waited for the hour after daily close had much better opportunity to scalp those trades and make some money. Lastly, yeah, please don't forget to like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. If you are interested in trading with us live, please feel free to join us on our Discord server. The link is in the description of this video below. Just hit more info and you will find all the other affiliate services that I like to work with. And yes, that's basically it, guys. Tomorrow will be a very, very important day. Where the CME opens, will the gap fill? Is there going to be a gap before CME opens? All of those questions we will get answered tomorrow. So stay tuned and I'll see you guys soon. And if anything, and you are more curious and need an answer now, well, join me on the Discord server and we'll chat about it throughout the day today. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Have a great day. Be safe. Talk to you soon.